Welcome everybody to the Mental Health Hour.
Oh,
Welcome to episode 50 of the Mental
yeah.
Health Hour. This is crazy that it's 50 episodes already. And here we are, still going strong and still not really knowing what we're doing. We're just having fun. Uh, that guy out west, good evening. Good to see you. Steve, that's Blaine's brother,
Ah,
from Beer to
oh,
Weirdo. And it's good to see everybody else that is trickling in live. And as always, good to see all the replay viewers when this makes replay status over there on YouTube.
yes.
It's great to see everyone. And yeah, I'm glad that after 50 episodes that we're still here and we're still talking mental health and we're still sharing these episodes together and sharing all of our experience and all of our uh, strengths, weaknesses, and what we've learned over the course of our lifetimes to try
Mhm.
and live healthier, and try and live more mentally sound. Maybe not healthier as Gemma chugs a cola, um,
No.
uh, but healthier mentally is what we're
Yeah.
really going for. So there's no real topic per se tonight. It's just we wanted to come on and do it's world or not world. It's Mental Health Awareness Month in the month of May.
Mhm.
So we're going to take a look at a little bit of everything. We'll go back over some of the topics that we've done on this show, and I just kind of celebrate 50 episodes. What do you think, Gemma? And how are you?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely fitting that it's in Mental Health Awareness Month. But yeah, 50 episodes. It's wow, that's quite a few. But we can certainly touch on all the things we've discussed. It doesn't hurt to go over everything and just have a recap. But
Yes,
uh,
indeed.
yeah.
I thought maybe as well if you had a specific topic that was one of your favorites, you could share in the comments. That'd be great, and we can go over some of that as well. Eric J Gaming is here. Good to see you, buddy. He's a former guest on the show, and we have
Mhm.
Michael Joseph Murray and Share's here. Share.
Hey,
Penny is asleep downstairs.
I
So,
hope you're well, Shasha.
yes, for those of you that don't know, Cher has undergone a lung transplant, and
Mm.
she seems to be. We've been following her recovery on the Bearded Weirdo show.
Yeah.
Blaine and Piano Man have been keeping us apprised of her recovery. Hope all is well, Cher. It's great to see you, and you're in our prayers as always. Um, so, Tracy, hello. Um, yes. So, what do you want to get into first, Gemma? This show is kind of free flowing. Free flowing.
Um, I don't know. I think maybe we should start by you saying how the mental health hour came about. To be honest, start with that way, because I think some of the people who watch now maybe weren't with us right at the start.
Yeah, right at the still alive and
So
kicking
maybe
session.
discuss that.
Cher, it's great to hear from you. Great to see you, and thanks for stopping by as always. And glad that everything is going well. And keep on keeping on. Uh, you're doing great, and you're like I said, you're in all of our prayers. Um, and let me go ahead real quick and thank Hattie here for dropping this. She'll drop this for us for the next
Mm.
couple of episodes. Just a reminder that we are doing another live Q&A special on June 1st. They have been extremely popular as far as what we've noticed. our shows, everybody seems to really get into the live Q&A. So please, if you've sent questions in the past and have more, if you want to re-go over a question, what was the other? Oh, and if you know somebody that could benefit from asking a question, just use this as kind of a catalyst to um, start in the direction of in a positive direction.
Mhm.
We're not doctors, we're not professionals. Obviously, if there's something truly emergent going on, we're going to refer you to a medically trained professional in this type of field or whatever we can do to help. However, for conversation purposes and for getting something started in the right direction, we hope we can kind of springboard that for you and help in any way we can on that front. Plus, it also is a great way to start conversation. And, we love talking about anything and everything mental health here. So Gemma has also included the form, but you could, as Hattie said, you can go to the bio link as well.
Yeah.
Everything is there.
Mhm.
So, yes, how we got started. So, for those of you that have been here since the beginning, which a lot of you have, and we're grateful for that. It is excuse me. Oh, sorry, Penelope. Penelope's got me a little sleep deprived. For those of you that were here from the get-go, you kind of know what my story is. And g'day, Craig. Gemma is in Tim's old house. I don't have any old house. But anyway, I am a recovering alcoholic and a career firefighter with Frederick, Maryland. And so the alcohol kind of really started taking over my life. I mean, as it will, but the disease progressively worsened. And I have started, it got to the point where my organs were failing, and I was hospitalized. And I mean, everything was shutting down, essentially. And I made the decision to make a trip to an inpatient rehab facility to try and knock this out so I could stay healthy, stay alive. I didn't want to die. And I was looking, I just needed some help. I was way out of control. So after 44 days at an inpatient rehab center, and everybody, or after I gained all the foundation, I guess you could say, that I needed, I came home, and I've been working a strong program with Alcoholics Anonymous ever since. And I've been sober now for almost 2 years. We'll be coming up on 2 years here at the end of June, well, mid-June. And more importantly, I feel great. And one of the things that came from my sobriety was this show. And the reason it did, well, there's two reasons. One reason is the 12th step of AA, and that is sharing your experience, strength, and hope so that others can be successful. And this is kind of step 12 work for me. I love coming on and sharing my story and being open about it and knowing that I have this information that I can share to try and help others. It's important to me to do exactly that, is to share this out and get this message out there and show the new guys in AA or whoever that it can be done, that a successful program can be worked. Um, and reason two this show came about is for my own mental health. Um, this was this is kind of something that I'm I've been able to do, not necessarily live streaming, but just talk to people in a setting similar to this, or get on the stage and deliver a speech. I used to DJ weddings and stuff, and so I'm no um, I'm no stranger to being, you know, on stage or what have you. So that's no big deal to me. But this was kind of one of the ways that I keep my own mental health in check and keep learning more is by divulging and by researching further on topics that we discuss here on the show. And a lot of the topics that we discuss, I've come up with. Gemma's come up with some, and then the viewers, you guys, our audience, has come up with topics that they thought would look cool or be cool to talk about and discuss. And we've done all of that over the past 50 episodes, and we want to keep doing that. So keep all of those uh, suggestions coming in for how we can improve the show and how we can um, keep moving forward in a positive direction. And with that being said, that was the kind of birth of this show. And I'll stop for a minute to say hello to everybody coming in. I see you guys, and thank you for being here, Joker and Kevin and Craig. We got, but I haven't missed anybody. I see y'all coming in, and I appreciate your being here. But we're just kind of going over how it got started. How this is episode 50 of the Mental Health Hour, and so there's no real topic tonight. We're just kind of freeform discussing, looking back at some of our topics that we've discussed, and maybe looking forward at some of the future. But it's been quite a fun ride so far. I've had a blast doing the show. I started this show by myself, and Gemma there latched on pretty quickly to the first couple episodes as a fan, and it was my kind of thought from the get-go that I wanted to have guest interviews on the show. I didn't really know what I was doing. I kind of just hit go live one day and started talking, and it caught some traction, and I'm glad for that. But I did know that I wanted to talk to other people, because what better way to share the fact that you're not alone out there than to see more and more folks talking about the same things that go on in your life, or may go on in your life. So that was definitely always in the plans. So Gemma was the first guest on the show, and we did episode 5 on Gemma's story, and I didn't really know it at the time, but I did kind of also see that having a co-host was very what's the word? It made the show a lot more fluid versus me trying to be up here and ramble on a topic for about 60 minutes. It was perfect having a co-host. So I actually asked Gemma if she would consider staying on and doing this every week, and she happily obliged, and she's still here. And for that, I'm thankful. We've had a great run so far, and we're only going to keep going. So Gemma, I'll throw it over to you. Maybe you want to talk about how this came about for you.
Yeah, definitely. So, like you said, when you asked me, I didn't even have to think about it. For me, it was a no-brainer. Like, I straight answered you, didn't I? Like, yeah, heck yeah, I'll stay. But I was definitely honored that you asked me to be a guest. And I think that it is easier. Like, I know I go live doing different things myself, but it's always easier when you've got someone with you because you just kind of bounce off each other and you don't feel like obliged to try and fill in the awkward silences and things sometimes because it's a lot easier because you feel like you're having a conversation with someone
Yeah.
rather than like, I mean, I know there's people watching and stuff, but it's a lot easier when you've got someone to like actually respond. And then like when you're talking and stuff, I'm looking at the comments. I just find it runs a lot better. But I remember watching, like, I watched you right from the first episode you did. I don't think I commented on your first one because I'd not actually really spoken to you very much, but I came in and found you when you were doing a broadcast with Lucia, and that's when we really started talking. And like, I think we got on straight away, and we just like clicked because we've got so much in common, I think.
Yeah.
But mental health is always something that I've been passionate about because I found that there is such a stigma attached to openly admitting that you have a mental health condition of any type. And I find, I don't know if it's the same for over there, but I find that here, if you are labeled with a mental health condition and you have a physical condition that isn't necessarily textbook, say, for example, if you get an x-ray and you can see you've got a broken leg, for example, they know what to do with that. Whereas if you've got a condition that isn't straightforward and they don't exactly know what to do with it, they like to see, or they seem to like to want to come back to, and how's your mental health, and try and pin things on that. And I think that that's not right because I used to go to the doctors about different complaints to do with my physical condition, and then they would mention my mental health, and it'd be like, well, it was fine until you brought that up. And it can be really difficult to go and ask for help when they're doing that to you.
Mm.
So for me, it was a no-brainer when you asked me to join you because I've always wanted to do it. It's for me, it was just having the, I don't know, the courage to do it, um, to kind of open up and put myself out there for the world because I've had problems. And I'm thinking to myself, well, do I really want to like open up and become literally an open book for the world to see or whoever watches? And knowing full well that I was potentially opening myself up to issues because not everybody's going to agree, not everybody's going to like agree with your opinion or agree with what you're going through. I know that the way that physical conditions are dealt with here is very, very different to over in America. And the medication that they give me isn't necessarily something you would be given in America and vice versa.
Mhm.
And there are very different rules and opinions on those things. So that was quite difficult for me to do that, open up and put myself out there for everybody to potentially judge. But at the end of the day, my willingness to try and help people way overrules what I would think of that of myself getting judged because I would like to think that in the long run, I help more people than that of who would think badly of me for doing so. Do you know what I mean?
Right, right,
But
right.
yeah, it's been an amazing ride for the most part, and people have messaged us both, haven't they, and said how much it's been helpful.
Absolutely. All the time.
And that for me is the fuel to want to keep going, knowing that I've helped somebody, knowing that people come back week after week and want to hear what we've got to say and want to talk with us and want to come on the show. We've had quite a few guests now, haven't we? And we've
Yeah.
got quite a few more lined up. We've actually got quite a few lined up.
Yes, and that is coming down the pike.
Um,
Um,
yeah, there's at least 4 or 5 more lined up, I think. I'm not going to spoil it, but as I
yeah,
say,
no spoilers because well, actually, we can't even really. We haven't confirmed any dates yet, but we do have 4 or 5 that are interested in coming on the show, which is awesome. So big shout out to Gemma on that, as she's become kind of our agent for getting guests on the show.
I just don't think I can take no for an answer. I think that's what it is.
If you're coming on the show, whether you like it or not,
Yeah.
just give us your best day.
Yeah.
Hello again to everybody coming in here, and hello to our replay viewers. Welcome in again to the 50th episode of the Mental Health Hour, and welcome to Mental Health Hours here to come in the future. As Gemma was alluding there, we have a few guests lined up to make an appearance on the show and talk with us about their mental health, and stories that they find pertinent to share with all of us that can help, anybody in any situation, which is awesome. And we also have plenty of topics lined up to discuss. Just the two of us, just Gemma and I, with you all along in the studio audience there, the virtual studio audience, as Jim calls it. We love the banter back and forth from you guys. It does help us to move the show forward, and it makes the show go a lot smoother. Just like having a co-host along for the ride, that'll put up with my bullshit over the past 50 episodes and all the stuff that we've. Do you want to touch on any of that, Gemma? Like all the stuff that have branched out, and like the mental health moments and stuff. And then some of the good times we have.
Oh, that's been quite because we've always said that it's been about getting the message out there, trying to help as many people as possible, and doing it in ways that are readily available for different people. Like, some people don't have the time to sit and watch a full hour live episode. There's replays as well, but we wanted to condense it and make it into such a shorter version as well, try and just get it all in there, but just in 10 minutes or less. So that's where the mental health hour moments came into play, and it's been super fun doing them. But you would not believe the amount of work that goes in them to do it. And that's just the intro alone. We have this joke about doing them and stuff now, trying to guess how many attempts it's going to take Tim to do the intros. I think I've done 1 or 2, but because it's I've always said, because it was Tim's show originally, I like him to do them. But I think we can maybe flip it around and do a bit each. But it is fun to do, and just doing it has really helped my mental health. And I think that we've spoke so much that that time when you knew that I wasn't doing so well, and just you asking me about it, and then we spoke and stuff, that really helps my mental health, because I've always been one, even though it seems like I will easily talk about all the things I've been through online, my biggest problem was opening up. I was one that would bottle things up and not tell anybody and cut myself off from people. And that's something that's definitely massively improved since I started doing the show with Tim. And I find that I'm not perfect. I still do go into a bit of a recluse sometimes, but I'm a lot better at opening up. And I can honestly say that since I started doing the show, I haven't self-harmed a single time in the whole duration that we've done this show. And that was something huge for me, because I'd gone a year without self-harming prior to doing the show, but then something made me slip up and I did do it again. And I felt so bad for doing that. And it was around about the time where me and Tim had started speaking, and you asked me to come on the show, then you asked me to stay. And doing that and giving me that focus of something to do, thinking that I was going to be helping other people as well, and having people come back week after week wanting to watch, reaching out, saying how much it's helped, has not only helped those people, as they say, but it's really helped me as well in that sense. So I haven't self-harmed now for
That's
all
awesome.
that time.
That's
Like
fantastic.
not even the other things that I've talked about, where I said about trying to do other things about giving you the ouch without causing damage, like the elastic band around the wrist. I haven't even done any of that. And I haven't felt the need or desire to do that, because not only have I had someone to talk to, with it being Jim or even you guys, like I know me and Hattie have spoken a few times, and Jim, I always reach out to Jim.
Jim in Chicagoland has joined us. Hello,
Yeah.
Jim.
And
thank you for the 200 biddies.
Oh, wow. And like Jim has been a huge support to me and Thomas with going through the leukemia and stuff. And I know I said last time that he's got his full remission status now, so that was amazing to get that news after 3.5 years. But Jim has been such a support for me, and he knows that I love him and his family very much, and that like it's the friendships and stuff you can gain from doing this as well. And it's not just about doing the show and coming on and talking about it. It's the deeper connections that you make.
Yeah.
And how much it helps your own mental health. Like I know you've said it's how much it's helped you as well. And it does. It really does help. And long may it last. Episode 50. We might even be here in another 100 episodes for 150. Who knows? Like,
yeah, that's the plan. That's definitely the hope.
Yeah.
If we could stop having to bounce around between platforms.
Yeah, that would be pretty good if we can find a home for a little longer this time.
The good news is I think we have found a home here with StreamYard.
Yeah.
Because StreamYard, while it's not like a platform such as Haps or Twitch or any of that, it allows it's a middleman basically that allows us to broadcast out to wherever we want, and it's got a number of different platforms. Restream is the same way, if you've heard of that. I think Jim uses that. But yes, if Twitch all of a sudden, which I doubt Twitch will go down, Twitch is actually doing very well. It's owned by Amazon, etc. It's not going to pull the rug out from under all of us like some platforms did. Then we can still use StreamYard and broadcast out to another platform. So we have kind of found a home here, which is nice, and it gives us all of the stuff that we need to put on a good show for you guys. And so, yes, speaking of guests of the show, there's quite a few of our guests that are in the audience now. Jim being one of them. Eric and Elena have all been a part of the show. We have some folks that want to be a part of the show that are here with us, and that's great as well.
In the comments, if you want to click that, if you haven't spoken to us already and you want to be on the show, or you have a topic idea for the show. We've actually had one, I meant to tell you, somebody sent one in. But if you have a particular topic that you'd like us to discuss, whether you want to be on the show or not with that topic, send that form in, or you can just reach out to us. But at least if you send that form in, we've got it saved.
And Craig says, I kind of hope Heckle goes to multi-device. Heckle is pretty good. I've looked at that. Even I don't know if we could do the show on Heckle. Heckle is even if they had Android in place and desktop, and even if they had call-ins where I could get Gemma up, I still don't think we could properly put on the show from Heckle. Who knows? Maybe someday down the road it would be.
He has said that it's coming where he wants to get Android. He wants to get it on the computer.
No, there's so much more that goes into this show. We need the ability to have screen share. I need to be able to pull slides up. I need to be able to pull videos up. I need to have multiple people on, sometimes 3 or 4 folks.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that goes into
Which is
all,
why we had to move here from Haps, because
yes.
it no
Um,
longer
when
met the
Hacks
requirement.
changed over to their trash studio, uh, it really that was the end of the mental health hour on that platform because we couldn't properly do the show. Um,
Mhm.
and it's so important to me and to Gemma
Mhm.
that we put on the best show possible in the hour that we're given you
Yeah.
guys on every Wednesday. Uh, it's just we neither of us are okay with a subpar
No.
viewer experience and a subpar uh, show for that matter.
I always
Um,
said all the people, all you that come back week after week, that give us that hour of your time, which is very valuable. That's the one thing that you can give someone that you can't get back is your time, the gift of time. Something that you can give to someone that shows them by far more than any gift that you could give someone is your time. So the fact that you give us that week in, week out is so appreciated, and we want to give you the best that we can for that hour.
exactly.
And when it became subpar to everywhere else, that's why we made the choice to move as quickly as possible to get reestablished and to get going. And like Tim said many a times, all the subscriptions and the bits and everything that has been given on the channel and stuff goes right back into making it the best we can for you.
Yes. Yep.
Mm.
So that is the end goal. Yeah, is to put on the best show possible and utilize this hour to the best of our abilities for you guys. It's so very important to us that you guys come back every week, and it's
Mhm.
actually incredible that we've gained such an audience. And that's another thing we can go into is all the stuff we branched out from, like the Discord. Our Discord family has grown. Hattie has dropped the link for the Discord as well in the comments. Um, please, we tell everybody, please join up. It's free and it's a great place to be. Um, to talk to our live stream community here of the mental health hour and everybody that's come together for this show. We're all on there and we all enjoy each other's company and sharing um, further stories and further uh, experience, strength, and hope on all fronts, on all topics of the show. We can also use it to put in links for additional information on shows and topics that we've discussed. We can use it for uh, different different avenues of sending you information. Like Gemma has just put there, I just see the mailing list. She just started up, and I'll let her talk on that a little bit as that's been her baby moving forward. But just plenty of different avenues and opportunities to reach out to us, the hosts, us, and then our community over here in the comments section that is so supportive. We're all together over on Discord. It's the best place. We're trying a new community out over on Twitter, but
Mhm.
the Discord itself is established and it's ready to go. And
Mhm.
please, if you're not a part of it, we'd love you to join. Gemma, if you want to go over that.
Yeah. So there, like you just said, there is communities that Twitter are trying out, and I was given the opportunity to make one. So I've made the Twitter's communities. It's very similar to Discord, but I know a lot of people don't have Discord, so it's going to be there as well. I don't know how much we'll be able to share on there. It's something very new. But with the mailing list, if you click that link that I've just popped in the comments, it's going to just ask you for your email address. That is something that we will never share. It's just purely for the mental health hour. And once a month, we will be sending you some positive things into your inbox, sharing stories, sharing things that we found that we find particularly useful, sharing stories. And then we want to put in people's stories, like we've had guests on the show, but we want to get stories from you guys, from people that have maybe been on the show. We can put their stories into the mailing list. We can share like links for businesses and things that like Ella. We want to share what you guys do as well in the mailing list. So it's about growing the community as a whole, positive things, sharing the achievements of things that you're doing as well, and sharing your story. So maybe if you're not brave enough, confident enough right now to come on the show on screen, perhaps you might consider sharing it on the mailing list, on like a newsletter thing that we're going to do once a month. And it can be anonymous again if you would like to share your story, but you want to change your name or something so people don't know it's you. We can do that. And it's just another way of getting out positivity and sharing the experience, strength, and hope in a different way. We just want to try that out. I have got a few things made up, but I want to try and grow the mailing list a little bit more before we send out the first one. But it's very much good to go if you trust us with your email. And at any point, if you think, no, this is not for me, you can unsubscribe. That's also fine. But yeah, it's just another way of growing and sharing things. If you have anything that you'd like to share, get in touch. But there's that, and I want to be able to put things on that people are doing. Like, I know we had Joseph, a guest on, who does a lot of artwork and things. I'd like to get say things that they've done, like maybe Joseph, if you can share things, or other people if they can share what they're doing. Maybe Brian, who does music, maybe some of his things, and just things that we've done from guests. Ella, we can share her shop and what she's got, and it's just a way of sharing what we do, but also everybody else as a community. So hopefully that will help as well. And it's all free, as you know.
Yeah. And Craig asked if we're worried about spreading the communities too thin. No, not really. Because the main hub is always going to be Discord. Mm-hmm. That's where we're established. That's our main community. Trying these other things out have been brought to our attention. Like Gemma said, she was asked to try out the Twitter communities. I don't know, is it like for a beta test or some shit?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're doing some things to help out them. We're trying things out. So Twitter communities might not stick, but we tried it out. And, another thing is that some folks don't have the means to be able to have a Discord or whatever, or, constant electronic contact per se. So we want to try as many different things out as we can to amass the entire audience that we can get. Mm-hmm. And that's the most important thing to us. And as time goes on, we'll adjust accordingly. If Twitter communities isn't something that really takes off, mm-hmm. Not a big deal. We'll move on from it. But the Discord will always be our main hub for our community. We love it over there at Discord. There's a lot we can do and a lot we can create. We can even create more content on Discord for you. They have their own studio and meeting area. We can have, I believe we met Eric on Discord before his episode here. So there's a lot that Discord brings to the party. A ray of sunshine has joined us. Good evening, Ray. That is Ray of a ray of sunshine over on Twitch as well. Mm-hmm. We'll get more into Ray at the end of the show when we do our community calendar. Again, a reminder from Hattie, please get your questions in. Back by popular demand is our live Q&A special, the third one that we're doing. The link is there. You can go to the bio link. Everything is ready to go. Or everything is still status quo from the last two that we did. All rules still apply. Please keep it nice. Keep it mental health related. We don't need to. We don't need you to send us any questions on who our pick is for the Stanley Cup playoffs. I mean, I'd be happy to answer. Those of you that know me, I'm a big hockey guy, so I'd be happy to talk about it. But it doesn't really line up well with the mental health hour Q&A. But certainly off screen or off mental health hour time, we can talk about hockey anytime you want. But that being said, we will be doing another one of these because everybody seems to get really into it. And we get a lot of questions, enough that we go over the hour. These are usually an hour and a half long, or we've started slotting these shows for an hour and a half just because they do take a good bit to run through. And we'll read the questions as they come in, kind of screen them to make sure they're appropriate. If they're not appropriate, we'll hit you back with, I don't know, we can't get back to them.
No way to see who it was. So
yes,
all I ask is
it's because it's 100% anonymous. We can't see who sent it in. Even if you sign your name to it, we won't be able to know it was you for real. So Gemma, if you want to get more into that part.
Yeah. So literally all it does, I'm just going to bring it up real quick on my phone. But all you do is fill in it asks you for your question. Bear with me. It asks you for your question. It does say your name, but it's not mandatory to do that. You can leave it blank. You can put your name. You can put an alias. I don't ever read out names anyway. It's purely for if you put a name and we say to you, we'll give you some further information. If you give us your name, then we can come back to you with information if you require that.
But
this is the form here. Let me just, if it's going to load.
Still, just because the way Google Docs is set up, just because you put your name down does not mean that that's actually you. I could send one to Gemma on that Google Docs right now from me, and she would have no clue it was me, even if I were sending this is Tim and I'm sending it from the episode.
It doesn't trace your IP. It doesn't show you where you're from. Absolutely nothing.
It could be Jim sending it from his car while he's driving.
I could fill it in and sign it from as the Queen of England.
Yeah.
Who'd know? I wouldn't complain. Maybe I would. But no, there's no way of saying it is. So if you want to put your name, that's fine. That way, if there is some further information we can give you, then I can reach out to you or Tim can reach out to you and we can do that. But I will never, ever read out your name unless you specifically, explicitly say that you would like us to. The only thing I ask is if you're sending a question, don't put anybody's name in there that it's about. If it's about a specific person, we have had those in the past, and I've had to omit the name just to keep it nice, because obviously, if you're writing about somebody, they might not like the idea.
Sure, yeah, we're not going to include any names.
I have had to I think there was one where I had to almost completely reword it just to make sure that it didn't identify somebody, but we were still able to give the answer without giving the information away. Or I believe we did. So yeah, definitely reach out with some questions. If there's any specific topic you want to discuss, anything, just fill it in. Obviously mental health related, as Tim says. But yeah.
We always get one or two that are trolling or whatever.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, Craig. You could put a PIN number in so that you can know what you could do that anyway. If you want to do that, put like an alias or a number in. If you put like a number in, then I can read out this is from the person number like 1234. And if you've put that number, then I can read that number and say this is question from 1234. And then you know that that's your question. Then that's a really good idea, Craig. Thank you. We might have to implement that somehow, or maybe if it allows us to give you like a ticket number so that it will automatically generate one, perhaps, then that way you know that this is your question coming without it identifying you as the sender. You will know it's your question.
And
So
that's
yeah,
only if you really want to be out there like that. A lot of times, and I don't know if one of the reasons it's been so successful is because it's anonymous, but a lot of times people that, you know, they're more open to talk if they know it's completely anonymous and they're not
I was
going
going
to
to
be.
say very few people put their name in. I think I've only had 2 or 3 that's had a name in, and
So,
again, I wouldn't know if it was them.
I mean, that being said, it's just something to consider that, yeah, we could set it up so that there is like a pin system like that or whatever. However, if they're not really into that, I don't want to push anybody that doesn't want to be. If they really wanted to let people know it was them, they could come on as a guest on the show, full face and everything, and talk to us right here. Some people just want to, stay in the background, but still have questions to ask, which is great. And that's what these shows are all about. It's one of my favorite shows to do, one of my favorite episodes to do. I do love the off the cuff and different content it brings each time. And like I said, as long as they are appropriate, everything gets read. So the only rule is that, well, the only couple rules is that it remains appropriate, and that nobody is outed or gives any names, because we're not going to read out names. If, like Gemma said, if we can make it, if we can reword it, she's going to do that because she's the one that kind of goes through.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
And screens them. But yeah, please feel free to submit a question now. The next one we will be doing is in a few weeks, June 1st. And yeah. So one of the other great things that we have brought along from this show, well, we went over the mental health moments, but just the endless stream of off the camera, or what do we want to, off broadcast. We've kind of alluded to it, or Gemma did at least. People that have reached out and have said how much that this show has helped them in their own mental health, and every time that we do an episode that really touches them or hits home with a few, we always get an email or two, or excuse me, Penelope.
Demonstrating sleep deprivation right there.
Penelope on. We always get some sort of somebody will reach out, which is awesome, and say that episode was fire. That was money. That really hit home. I've gotten a few. I know Gemma has, and we've talked to you folks further about that topic or whatever. And another reason to be on the Discord is because we post further information, the slides from the episode that we do, and any links that we think might be helpful moving forward. If you have further questions or what have you, sometimes we have crisis hotlines and crisis websites available. But, Gemma, did you want to talk at all about that? Like some of the stuff there?
What with the crisis lines?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if ever if you're in our Discord and you ever feel like you need one of the crisis lines, if you just type in any of the channels, exclamation crisis line, helplines, exclamation helplines, it will bring up worldwide list of all the crisis numbers from everywhere that I can think of. If you see that your country isn't on there, please do let me know and I will add that ASAP. But we have it on the end of the shows. There's a list of crisis lines. Again, if you see that yours isn't on there, please do reach out to us.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like you need a specific one, those are just more general crisis lines for anything and everything. But if you perhaps need, when we spoke about rape trauma and things like that, or eating disorders, there are crisis lines available for those specific things as well, like there is cancer and things like that, and different health conditions. If you need one of those, reach out to us and we can get that for you. Obviously I'll need to know where you are roughly, but I can get that for you as well. They are available, and a lot of these crisis lines, particularly crisis lines, are 24/7. I have tried to make sure the ones I include on the end of the show and everything are 24/7. But just if you are needing someone to speak to, just if you're feeling low, you want someone to speak to, just pop into the Discord. Honestly, just pop into the Discord. There are so many people in there that will chat to you. But then you can also reach out to either Tim or myself as well, and we'd be more than happy to speak to you about anything that you need. I'm just going to move that because it's going to start beeping. But honestly, it's always been about trying to help other people, and anything that you do disclose to either Tim or myself is confidential. We won't discuss it unless you specifically ask us to bring it up in an episode. But again, we never mention names or anything. There is a form that you can request that we discuss a particular topic if you have one. We've actually had one or two people do that lately. And a lot of the episodes that we have done, we've said they've been viewer requests, which we like getting those, because not necessarily we are going to know all the things about that, but it gives us the opportunity then to go out and research that for ourselves and go and look into things. I have just actually applied to do a course for mental health and counselling, so I'm hoping that will be something that I can do very soon, because I want to be able to try and help people. I mean, we do it anyway, but I want to be able to try and help people like further, yeah, like have that experience and things to do so. Right now, we are just using our own experience and going and looking and getting the information from other people. But as we've always said, if there's anything specific you want us to discuss, we don't have to mention you by name. You can be on the show as a guest if you want. Do reach out or go on to the bio link. All the forms and everything are there that you will need. And even in the Discord as well. They're all in there. But reach out.
Reach out is the most important thing. It's one of the things that I didn't do myself until maybe far too late. I mean, it's never too late to reach out, don't get me wrong, but it's never too early either.
Yeah.
Reach out if you need the help. And with that being said, we can go ahead and wrap this episode up with our normal bit of community calendar and what have you.
I have something to share as well, if that's all right, before we end.
So go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know, like, as I've said, Thomas is in full remission now.
Yes.
As thanks for that to the children's cancer charities that have supported us, and the fact that we talk about fears and overcoming your fears and things. I am terrified of heights. So on Saturday at 12 o'clock UK time, which will be 7 Eastern. Yeah, 7 in the morning Eastern, if you're up at that early. I will be doing an abseil down a 200 odd foot structure. It's like one of the biggest slides or something. It's like a huge slide thing. And I will be doing an abseil down that. I am asking if anybody can sponsor me or at least share that form. It is available on Twitch. I'll grab it real quick and bob it in here. It's all right. But yeah, it's something that I'm absolutely terrified of. But at the same time, I want to do it. I want to feel like I'm making some kind of difference.
Yes.
But yeah, hopefully.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Well, as Hattie has put there for us to start off, please check out Catalyst tonight with Jim in Chicagoland. He's on every Wednesday night. He's in our audience right now, driving home. Safe travels home, Jim, so we can unwind and relax with you this evening, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are happy to promote Catalyst every week. Catalyst is one of the programs that got me moving forward on the Mental Health Hour. So, very important. Also, a Ray of Sunshine, who has been a long-time sponsor here on the Mental Health Hour. He does a stream 3 times a week, and I have those written here. Mondays and Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and also Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please, please, please check his streams out. Great, positive content, as always, from Ray, a longtime sponsor of our show here. And Jim says he'll be outside, I believe. Yes, Catalyst candle in the wind outside on the patio. So the weather must be looking up in Chicagoland, which is awesome. And also another great sponsor of ours here from the very beginning, and a guest on the show herself, Ella, the bunny mom. We have wonderful bunny merchandise available. If you go to mybunnyvalentine.com, use the promo code FireDude15. That'll save you 15% off your order, as always. And that code will never die. So as each holiday approaches, keep in mind Ella, the bunny mom's out there doing her part to help rescue bunnies everywhere. And we love to support small businesses and to support our small streamers on this community. And that is all of our community calendar for now. Always growing. If you'd like us to promote anything for you on the show, please feel free to reach out. And Gemma has dropped her link there as well. My sponsor form is here, so please head over and help Gemma out as well. It's such an amazing thing that Thomas is in remission, full remission, and like we were saying with Cher earlier, our thoughts and prayers are always with those that surround us and the community, and especially the son of the co-host on the show. So please head over there and check that out. And don't forget to check out the Ray of Sunshine, and Catalyst tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you over there. I'm sure I'll be wide awake with Penelope. Thank you, everybody, for your continued support on the show. Thank you for all the congratulations on the 50 episodes. Thank you for continuing to tune into the Mental Health Hour, and we'll keep putting out great content for you every week, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. UK time. And that is all I got. Gemma, do you have anything?
Just want to literally reiterate everything that you said, and thanks. I just want to thank everybody for coming in, week out, giving us that time, that very precious time to come and sit with us, chat with us, watch and listen to what we're saying. Don't forget to check out some of the other stuff. If you are willing to sign up to the mailing list and the other stuff that we're doing, give it a go, see how it goes. Just help us to let us grow, get that message out even more, and share what amazing things you guys are doing as well.
Awesome.
But just massive thanks. And I just want to thank Hattie as well for the amazing support.
Yes, thank you, Hattie.
And she's definitely the Mental Health Hour team off screen for sure. Definitely.
Thank you very much. All right, guys. We'll see you again next weekend.